Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Louise. I'm Louise. We're a few months into the new year, and how are you doing with your New Year's resolution? Are you eating healthier? Are you taking the time to cook more at home? I know it's hard to juggle. Obviously I can't. I know it's hard to juggle a busy lifestyle and get a home-cooked meal on the table, but this recipe called roasted chicken with asparagus and pan sauce is quick and easy and can be on your table in less than 30 minutes. These are the ingredients that you will need for today's recipe. You will need some baby portobello mushrooms. You can get them whole and slice them, or I just bought them pre-sliced. Some asparagus, 1 lemon, 2 cups of the little small cherry tomatoes, a medium onion, a couple of garlic cloves. This is our Dijon Mustard Rub, but you could just use any Dijon Mustard Rub that you can find. Either 1/3 cup of chicken stock or white wine. Today I'm using the stock. And then the recipe calls for 4 to 5 chicken thighs, and you can of course obviously substitute chicken breasts. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and begin with the onions. I'm just going to slice them up with our simple slicer on the number 3 setting. Remove the skin. Okay. I have this already set on the number 3 setting. Always use your guard when you're using a mandolin or this slicer. Let me get my little fake lemon out of the way, or lime. All right. And then we'll use the next one. Okay, and then I'm going to just add this to my bowl for later. I'm going to go ahead and get everything prepped, and then we can begin cooking. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and get our asparagus ready. So for those that are not familiar with asparagus, it's important to get rid of the woody end. And the way you do that is you just hold it up and you snap it. And wherever it breaks, then this is the garbage. This end is real fibrous and woody, and you can't really eat it. It's stringy. So just throw that away. And then this is what you're left with. So I'm just going to break all of these real fast. Do a couple of them at a time. Okay. And then I'm just going to start cutting these. So we're going to cut these in about 1-inch pieces. So probably there. So 3 cuts per asparagus stalk. And I'll throw those in my bowl for later as well. There we go. Okay, let me get rid of these ends. Now, if you wanted, you could save the ends. And you could, turn that into a vegetable stock so that you don't waste them. There we go. Put that in there. Okay, the next we want to slice all of our little cherry tomatoes in half. So I'm going to use our close and cut, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen me use this a couple of times. So this is 2 cups. I'll just put probably about a cup on here at one time. There we go. And then you're going to want to use a long knife to go through here. I like to use the serrated bread knife. All right, and put that in there, and you'll just cut like this, back and forth. And then all of our little cherry tomatoes have been cut in half all at one time. Sure beats the heck out of slicing each one individual, right? So what else can you do with this close and cut, you might be wondering? Well, I like to cut bries if I have a wheel of brie. I'll just cut that in half all at one time. Also, if you have a real big, fat, oversized chicken breast, I put that on there, and you can get that cut in half also. Bagels, works great for bagels, and what are those called? English muffins. So those are just some other ideas of what you can use the cloves and cut for. Oh, of course, grapes, duh. All right, the last batch here. There we go. We'll just put all of these in here. There we go. All right, and I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to get my color-coded cutting board with the chicken. So now these are chicken thighs, and I had already previously taken off all the fat. I bought boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Sorry. I bought boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but they still have that little bit of fat on there that I don't like, so to get those off, these are our new kitchen shears. So it was very easy to cut off any of the fat. And by the way, you can also cut through chicken bone with this. So you could spatchcock a chicken, which, what is that, you might be asking? That is when you remove the backbone off of your chicken. So these worked perfectly for that. And they come apart. So they're super easy to clean to make sure you get any, of the chicken off of there and cleaned out. So with these chicken thighs that I've already gotten ready to go, I'm just going to season them with our rub here, our Dijon Mustard Rub. And like I said previously, you can always use chicken breasts if you're not a thigh person. Okay. Trying to use my clean hand. All right, so we're just going to rub this on the front and the back of all the chicken. Make sure you get good and coated, good coating. There we go. So this recipe is actually, I think, compliant with Whole30. I don't do the Whole30 diet, but looking at everything, I think it's compliant. This, however, does have some sugar in it. So that part of it, you might want to find something else if you are very strict with the Whole30. But all of our rubs and seasonings are gluten-free too, by the way. All right, that was a lot on that one. All right, so now that I have all of our chicken ready, I have our vegetables all prepped. Now it's time to actually get cooking. So I'm going to wash my hands and then we'll start with that. I have the oven preheating at 425 and I have my brand new stainless non-stick skillet heating up on the stove here. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil, cooking oil, and we're going to start cooking the chicken first. We're going to sear both sides, starting with the bottom. There we go. Let me turn it up a little bit more. Okay, so it'll take about 4 minutes per the front side. And then we'll stop after 4 minutes when it's nice and brown, and then we'll turn it over. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check the chicken. And I'm going to go ahead and flip them over to the next side. And we're going to let that side cook for another 1 to 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes seems like an eternity when you're waiting, standing here. Time to check. We're really just wanting it to get a little sear on the back side. Your chicken is not actually going to be fully cooked. It does go into the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. So now that the chicken is browned on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the pan and just put it on a plate. I can really smell that Dijon mustard. It smells really yummy. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. And now we're going to add our onions. And stir that around. We're going to add our mushrooms. We kind of want to scrape the bottom of the pan because we want to remove the fond. So fond is a technical term for all the little bits of the chicken and the rub that got stuck to the bottom. So we're just going to want to scrape that off the bottom of your skillet. We'll add the mushrooms. Okay, now we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic, pressed with our garlic press. Oh, that was a big, giant piece of garlic. Look at all that garlic that came out. There we go. Okay. And the next one. There we go. Okay, and we're going to stir this all around. Ooh, I just got a garlic whiff. Smells delicious. Okay, so now to this, we're going to add either the wine or the chicken stock, whichever you chose to use. In our case, the chicken stock, so it's 1/3 cup. And then the juice of half of the lemon. Look at all this juice that's going to come out of here. Wow. Love this citrus press. All right, look, see, it turns it inside out. Got all the juice out of that. All right, so we're just going to let this cook uncovered for about 2 to 3 minutes or until the liquid has reduced by half. So we'll just let this cook and I'll check back in a couple of minutes. So it's been about 3 to 5 minutes and the liquid has reduced by half. So now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of our Dijon rub to this. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And then the asparagus and the little cherry tomatoes. This is very colorful, isn't it? The red and the green. It looks so pretty. So we're going to stir all of this up. And then I'm going to place the chicken back on the top. There we go. Just make sure it's all stirred together. There we go. And then I'm just going to place the chicken right on the top. And then this is going to go into your preheated oven for about 12 to 15 minutes or until your chicken is cooked all the way through to 165. And now we wait again. It's been 15 minutes and everything is cooked now. Woo-wee! Oh, look at this. This looks so fresh and delicious. So this recipe is perfect when served with some mashed potatoes. And if you are doing the Whole30, you can just mash your potatoes with some ghee and some coconut milk, and that would be perfect for this dish. In the Morris home, however, we like rice, so we will serve this with some delicious mushroom wild rice. This right here, you can see the chicken is now fully cooked. There's a little bit of pan sauce. Can't get it. There we go. And the asparagus is done, the mushrooms, the tomatoes. Smells delicious. Let me show you this pan sauce in here. So this is what I'm talking about. Poured over your mashed potatoes or your rice will be absolutely delicious. So there you have another quick and easy weeknight meal. I hope that you will give me some thumbs up if you like this recipe. Please remember to hit subscribe and share. Thanks and happy cooking. These are all the products used in today's video. I have put the links in the description, so if you would like any of them in your kitchen. And remember, please subscribe so you will be up to date with all of my latest videos.